Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Let's Play. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the final part of Shadow's story. We're ending this story here today with this part. So with that said, let's get this son of a bitch done and over with. So anyway, after Wave Ocean was completed, and Shadow had now stated that he doesn't care if the world's against him, he will fight like he always has. I could have sworn we said that already in Shadow the Hedgehog, but nah, I guess not, because I was more from just getting over his conflict with the past, even though I found that entire game to be unnecessary from the start. Before we can end this whole fiasco once and for all, we need to clear the Soliana hub world of more Iblis monsters once and for all. Because now we have to head after Mephiles, who's located in the desert, but, you know, we have to do one more of these. Destroy all the enemies in the hub world missions before we can actually get to him. So, you know, you've been doing this before. Just kill all the mooks. Use whatever means you want to. Homing attack, level 2 chaos spear, turn the game off, you know. Just do what you feel like it. Honestly, for this mission, that's about it. There are times where the camera can get pretty damn screwy like that. And then at the same time, I really should be just walking off the damn bridge. There you go. Just showing off Chaos Boost level 2 there for you. You know, just for the sake of showing it off. Because in normal playthroughs, when I was doing it for reviews and whatnot, I didn't use these at all. In fact, during my first full review of this game, I mentioned how much Chaos Boost was pretty damn pointless. So much that I, you know, forgot that I had it when I was recording footage for the review. And you know, even though I utilize it here for the Let's Play, I still don't find much use for it, and I've said it time and time again. But it's, you know, little fuck-ups like that that make me really want to just redo that whole review, and I will be eventually. Because, well, just to get it out of the way for a second, is one of the reasons why I want to redo that review in the first place is because I didn't really go too much into the story like I usually do with my reviews, and honestly, I could have done a little more research, and the video quality bothered the hell out of me. It's an old shame of mine, and I don't like looking at it. That's one of the reasons why I deleted it off my main review channel. And someone has re-uploaded it. I forgot the guy's name, sorry. And just looking into it, I cringe when I look at it. So whenever I get to reviewing that game again, I'm gonna make sure this is the end-all be-all review. Oh, remember when I was saying that last part was the final side missions we did with Shadow? That was a goddamn lie. No, this is the final side mission with Shadow. It's well, we're just killing more mooks. That's all we're doing. I was tempted to use my Chaos Control to skip this, but no, I'm feeling pretty lazy at this time of the editing. I'm just pretty much just sitting on my ass recording and editing 3 parts together, which is why the upload schedule hasn't been complete ass in these past few days. So we're gonna kill all these mooks one more time. Just bear with it for a little longer. It's almost over. It's not really a long mission anyway. You're just killing more mooks to collect 3 discs. I could have sworn we did something like this, and was it in Sonic's story or was it in Shadow's playthrough? I don't remember. But anyway, when we finish this side mission, we will be heading to the shop one last time to get Shadow's final ability, which is Chaos Boost level 3, which teaches Shadow Chaos Blast. And if you're thinking you're never going to see it, well, no, you're not. Well, off the top of my head, I don't think you are. Because, again, Chaos Blast is nowhere near as exciting or as useful as it was in Shadow the Hedgehog. It's pretty much, how you utilize it is that it's pretty much a third upgrade to, well, I should say your second upgrade to Chaos Spear. When you hold X down while you're in mid-air, you know, Shadow will position himself and get ready to shoot the projectile. By holding it down a little longer, the projectile will not only act as a harmful projectile, but any residue that's left when it hits the enemy will become an explosive blast. But that blast is pretty minuscule to begin with. And honestly, it's just not that exciting. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, look, that is the true final side mission. I swear to God, this time that is the last side mission we'll ever be doing for the Let's Play ever again. So, a round of applause, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Last side mission. And here's the shop. Here we are, Memory Shard Black. That is Chaos Boost level 3, and now we have a fully upgraded Shadow. You wouldn't have gotten an achievement by now, but you know this is my old save file. Well, actually, I should be saying it's a new save file under my Some Call Me John Xbox Live gamer tag, so the achievements are already logged in. So let's head into Dusty Desert.
Mephiles appears to have headed for those ruins. He's probably looking for the Chaos Emerald that's supposed to be there.
There's no doubt in my mind. His movement shows he's seeking any Chaos Emerald he can find. Supposedly, he needs one in order to join with Iblis again.
I will seal him before that.
The final level of Shadow the Hedgehog's playthrough is Dusty Desert, and we begin with hovercraft section. For fuck's sake! Ugh, I hate this car so much. Well, I should say car, I should vehicle, to be more accurate. Anyway, the beginning of Dusty Desert with Shadow, you need to control the hovercraft to drive through these sets of pillars, and yes, you have to drive through the center of the pillars, otherwise it won't count. You see, for each set of pillars that you drive through, I should say checkpoints, each checkpoint that you drive through will cause another checkpoint to materialize from the sands, and you need to cross all of them in order to get to the entryway to Dusty Desert to open up. So if you think you can just cheese your way past the pillars and get to the door itself, well, that's not going to work because it won't open unless you cross all of these checkpoints. Trust me, I've tried it plenty of times before, and I thought I can maybe phase through the wall or something like that, given this game's track record with horrible clipping issues, but no, it's just not the case. You have to go through all these checkpoints. I usually use the hover jump for this section here. I am right now, actually. Okay, just shut up, John. I mean, you can drive around it if you want to be safe, but, if you want to just get past it as fast as you can, use the hover jump. It can be a bit wonky, because if you don't hit the jump just right, you will nosedive into the sand, which is a bottomless pit, by the way. You think you can just ride this out on foot? You can't. It's that deadly clipping sand. And here's the entry right here. And since we went through all the checkpoints, the door opened up. So now we can head on to the next part of the stage. And this section right here is actually a bit slippery. It's very easy to shift left or right suddenly. You'll have Shadow run off the pillar. There's a column something here, whatever I'm riding on. So be very careful there. Do not, jam the analog sticks left and right when you're running through that. But anyway, for a Shadow's Dusty Desert is, well, it's pretty much what you went through with Silver. So it's not as slow. There are just the same amount of enemies. I'm surprised. Oh, I did get hit there. Never mind. There are a lot of things to go through. There are a lot of enemies to kill. Thankfully, there's no billiard puzzles. Billiard. Yeah, I know. I pronounced that wrong on the show. So, what the hell? Why was there a close-up of Omega? Okay. Well, anyway, now we should switch control over to Omega, and we've already had plenty of practice with him in Wave Ocean, so it's pretty much the same spiel. There is this platforming section here that you can just outright ignore by using the hover glitch that I was telling you about earlier. Oh, yeah, a lot of you guys wanted wanted my opinion on Omega's sudden voice change. Yeah, because he does have a completely new voice for this game, which always it bugged the hell out of me because the first game to utilize the 4Kids voice acting was Shadow the Hedgehog. And that's when everybody that we've established for a few years made their debut. Jason Griffith as Sonic and Shadow. I think it was Lisa Ortiz as Amy. I don't know about that. And we got Mike Pollock as Dr. Eggman, who to me is the best part of the 4Kids voice acting. I'm very glad he's still voicing Dr. Eggman to this day. But for some reason, Omega's voice didn't change from Sonic Heroes, which he debuted. But for this game, it's a completely new voice, and it sounds so forcefully robotic that it's Honestly, yeah, it's painful to my ears. I'm not gonna lie. I much prefer the Sonic Heroes voice acting over Sonic 06's Omega because I just found it. Why? It's a robotic voice. Yeah, I get it. He's a robot. I understand that. But to me, the way Gamma's voice sounded in Sonic Adventure and the way Omega sounded in Sonic Heroes just seemed more suitable. Now I don't know what's talking. Is that my nostalgic preference, or I'm not sure. But when I hear Omega in this game, I hear a person trying to sound robotic instead of just a robot talking. I got that more out of Gamma and Omega in Sonic Heroes. I don't get that here. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. As for the 4Kids voiced cast, the cast in general, everybody has their own opinions and preferences. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Shadow the Hedgehog's voice acting, the game, I mean, because that was their debut. That was when they first started voicing the characters in Sonic the Hedgehog, and it shows. But over time, I thought the 4Kids. They got pretty good. I love Jason Griffith as Sonic in Sonic Unleashed. To me, I think it doesn't get any better than that. He was okay in Sonic and the Black Knight as well. And over time, Jason Griffith's shadow has grown on me a bit. And again, I've already stated how much I like Mike Pollock as Dr. Eggman. So no, he's okay. But, those first outings in Shadow the Hedgehog, and especially in Sonic X, any of those who watched the English dub of that, it was pretty bad. But everybody has that period where they're just trying to establish themselves. And instead of trying to imitate what was there before, you need to come up with something else, I think that's what they needed to understand in the beginning. But that's all in the past now because they're all pretty much replaced with new characters. Roger Craig Smith as Sonic, and that's all I remember at the moment. Kate Higgins as Tails, and that's about it. That's all I remember off the top of my head. I don't have to say Mike Pollock, he's still there. But yeah, that's the end of Dusty Desert, ladies and gentlemen. That is the final level in Shadow's story. Thank God we're finally almost done this piece of shit. There's one more boss to go, and we can say goodbye to this story forever.
Mephiles!
I was expecting you sooner. As you must know, you're already too late. But there's still time for you to change your mind. Join me, Shadow. Let us teach this world a lesson and rewrite the future.
Don't try to deceive me.
What?
You have no desire for revenge. You only crave destruction. Your only lust is to fuel Iblis until there is nothing left of time itself.
And you tried to kill me twice. That's kind of hard to forget.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Truly a shame that you wish to go against me. I'll make sure you regret this, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the final boss in Shadow the Hedgehog story is Mephiles yet again. Mephiles Phase 2 is what the soundtrack calls it. And the fight is pretty much the first time we fought him, only a bit expanded upon. And for the beginning of the sequence, you can't touch Mephiles at all because he's conjuring up all these clones to fall into the puddle of darkness, goo, dark matter. What is this I'm standing on? I don't know. Okay, obviously darkness because he's telling us to drown in it. Anyway, once Mephiles dives into the darkness, now the Mephiles clones will start to join in and transform into these big hunking whatever these things are. What you have to do is you have to wait for their glowing eye to appear, and then you homing attack it and mash the hell out of the A button, and pretty soon they'll revel back in pain and they'll burst into all these light cores that Shadow collects. Like the first fight, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to build up your meter so you can use your chaos boost to get Mephiles to show himself. With that said, I kind of find this fight easier than the first one because the giants are really not that big of a deal to take down. You know, they have these attacks, sure, but you should always have rings on the go. Pretty much, you shouldn't really die ever in this fight. One of the things I found the most annoying with the first fight was the clones. You know, sometimes they get in your way. Sometimes, you know, when they latch onto you, you really can't avoid getting hit. If you try your best, you can avoid all the attacks these monsters toss at you. The fist stomping, the laser attacks, all of that. They're pretty easy to avoid. But anyway, once you activate your Chaos Boost mode, Mephiles will reveal himself, and then you just mash the hell out of the A button, beat the shit out of him. And you'll never have to worry about losing sight of Mephiles because the camera always locks onto him. Even when he's making clones of himself in an attempt to trick you, the camera will always lock on to the real one, which completely eliminates the point of trying to see if you were clones. I believe if you are fast enough, you can take down Mephiles in one shot, otherwise you're going to have to destroy all the Mephiles giants again. I don't know the name of these things. I don't even think they have names. And again, if you're wondering why I'm not approaching Mephiles there, as you saw right there, he's completely invulnerable during that time period, so you gotta wait. If I was fast enough, I could have got him in the first shot, but unfortunately that's not the case, so you gotta kill some more giants again. Yeah, see, wait for the eye to show up. I guess it's an eye. Then you just collect all these light cores. And the further the battle does go on, the more the giants will start to pop in more new. I could reward this so much better, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I'm very tired, and I'm just so glad we're almost done with this LP. Because I'm already in the process of recording our future LPs with Matt and Elliot. So get ready to look forward to that, and making new stuff for the channel background, and giving the entire channel a complete overhaul. Well, not complete overhaul. I'm just really changing the background and stuff like that. But that's about it. It just takes a bit of time. Look at all the light cores. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of Shadow the Hedgehog's playthrough right here. As soon as we homing attack, Chaos Snap, something work. God damn it! Oh, that's Chaos Snap just not working for me. There you go.
I am forever. I am invincible.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of Shadow's story in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Bit of an anticlimax, to be honest, but and again, it's not the true end to this entire game now, is it?
Destroy!
The Eye of Now absorbed your power through your shadow in the past. What may have worked 10 years ago no longer does. You must realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your limited power.
So you say.
It's futile. The world will betray you. Why fight at all? Why risk your life for those who will persecute you later?
If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
Shadow just seriously tapped into the power of Sonic X to defeat Mephiles. I cannot believe they brought that concept over from Sonic. So apparently the rings around Shadow's wrists are power inhibitors, I guess. If that's the that would have made a good upgrade, don't you think? I would have been like to somewhere down the line unlock that as a power. Just like a quick boost that you just what such a missed opportunity. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be uploading the same thing like I said I did with Sonic and Silver. I'll be uploading the credits song in a separate video. I don't think I'm going to be showing off any extra stuff with Shadow. There's really not much to say after this, and really I just want to get to the last story. So for the next video that's going to be uploaded, I will be showing off Shadow's credits song. And after that, we will begin the last story. So with that said, guys, I will see you for part 29. See ya.